This is Ben Summer. I own and operate BandsLikeRush.com, a music discovery podcast and blog featuring up-and-coming progressive rock bands. Enjoy this video edition of the podcast and check out my own music. Visit my website at bensummer.com. If you sign up for the email list, you'll get 3 free downloads. Today's interview is a special one. By special arrangement, I've recruited a very talented actor friend of mine, let's call him Fozzy, to dramatically reenact the first, but certainly not my last, bizarre but entertaining encounter with someone with this podcast. So, Gino Foti is an Italian-American prog rock guy from the New England area. He's smart, and he has a way with words. When I emailed him at his website a few weeks ago and I asked for an interview with him and his bandmates from the instrumental rock trio Electrum, he displayed his skill at cutting a nice guy down to size. Though he was playful at first, his mood soon turned. He went trolling on this site and found that I had posted our email exchange from a few weeks ago. And then, like a dark lord wielding the force for evil ends, he impaled me, skewered me on his verbal acuity. For example, in this podcast, I stand accused of being 1. Self-pitying, 2. A woman with a vagina, 3. Mentally ill, and in need of a Zoloft dose increase. Don't ask how he knows I'm on Zoloft. I think he missed his calling, frankly, as an insult comic. But that's beside the point. As a friend recently told me, experiences like this are why he doesn't publish for the world online as I do. It's always a little disturbing to have some stalker online who hates you, but it can be entertaining too. So, enjoy! Hi, Gino. I run a podcast and blog at BandsLikeRush.com.
Rush? Never heard of them. Wait, is that the opening act for Lady Gaga?
I stumbled upon your music and I'm intrigued to hear more about you and your band and your label, etc.
Intrigued to hear more about me? Cool. Well, my first memory is when I was just a fetus. I was stuck in a small apartment about 9 months. Next door neighbor was playing one of those heartbeat sound CDs at about 90 decibels all fucking day and night. I couldn't wait to get out of that hole. I was born in Sicily, which, as you may know, is an island, and I have webbed feet, but I can't swim. Pretty ironic, if you ask me. Waka waka. Let's flash forward a bit. My first toy was a teddy bear, like a lot of babies, except mine was anatomically correct. I still have nightmares to this day. But that's enough for now. Let's save the rest for the real interview, shall we? Make sure to ask me about the time I met the Dalai Lama in a strip joint in Newark, New Jersey, okay? Nice guy. Bought me a lap dance. What was the name of that Asian chick again? I want to say Jade. Wait, Jasmine? No. Oh, well.
Are you interested in being interviewed on these topics?
If you want to talk about the band, I should invite the other 2 knuckleheads into this, since we do everything as a trilateral commission, which is why we haven't recorded a composition in almost 10 years. Not that I'm better, okay, maybe a little. Waka waka. No wonder the downfall of the Roman Empire can be attributed to the start of the triumvirate system. Waka waka. So how do you usually conduct these interviews? By phone? Through email? Do we have any control, input on the topics that will be covered? Do you like gladiator movies? But I digress. You know what, it might be better if you do an interview with Dave, since he also has a solo CD in the same vein as Electrum, and although he's by far the least talented member of the group, he's a guitarist like yourself, so you can both jerk off while you talk about pick sizes, bridge heights, and tremolo systems, or whatever the hell is you guitarists do when there's nobody watching. Waka waka. Oh, by the way, if this is a ruse to score free CDs, you would have done better by sending me an email telling me that you are the widow of a Nigerian oil baron who left his fortune to me. I'm happy to say that both our releases are out of print. And if you are the widow of a Nigerian oil baron, please send me some naked pictures of yourself, okay? Ciao, Gino.
Below is an example of the type of abuse one can expect.
Well done, playing the victim card right off the bat. I guess I should be thankful that you are not a person of color, or I would be a racist as well. Right, Ben? I guess it's my fault that you don't enjoy or understand juvenility and satire. I got at interviews obscure indie bands that sound like a world-famous one did decades ago, and you expect to be taken seriously? My suggestion for your next website is http://politicalpartieslikeWig.com. Maybe you can become the Horace Greeley of political podcasting.
When going fishing for an interview with a defunct prog rock band.
You are completely sure of yourself and completely wrong. I suggest you read the parable of the blind man and the elephant. If you had bothered with a cursory glance at the website, you would have realized that the band is on extended hiatus due to other aspects of our lives constantly interfering with the project. It's called due diligence, Ben, and is an excellent substitute for going fishing for something.
Without knowing that it's defunct.
And your ignorance is also my fault, right? Just for shits and giggles, let's say that the band really is defunct. It's not, and all its personnel died in a tragic gardening accident, okay? Now, whose fault is it that you couldn't figure that out even after surfing through the website? Whose fault is it that even after you tried to make contact with me several times, and you couldn't read in, on, and or between the lines of my reply, that you still wanted to do an interview with me? Publishing a, quote, non-interview, unquote? Oh, did I get some sand in your vagina?
Insulted at first, I quickly realized that Gino Foti of the ex-band Electrum is...
That's it, Ben. Keep hammering away at the wrong nail. Repeat the lie over and over. You have a bright future in politics, you know. Waka waka.
Really just insane, without boundaries, and resentful of life.
Ha 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 ha. You are so fucking clueless and weak. Very weak. And I've given you much more of my time and attention than you deserve. My last suggestion is that you call your doctor immediately and have your dosage of Zoloft increased to the highest levels possible of human tolerance. And maybe a few milligrams more, just to make sure. I feel so sorry for your children.
Well, that's it for today. I have a feeling we probably laid a big old egg with that one, but, whatever. Back to serious stuff. Next week, we've got an interview with a fellow from the Boston-based band Flutter Effect. Real interesting music. Anyway, more next week, and thanks for sticking around for this silliness. Ciao.
Ciao. Itchy, 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 itchy,